Yeah. From Kentucky to the world, it's the city, not the scale. Creole butterfly, spread them wings, girl. Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her veins. Creole fire running through her name. She walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul be free. Yeah. Dr.Creole butterfly. Eternally. Libra queen. Forever strong. Kentucky vibe. Where you belong.
What is going on, people? Hey, this is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful, the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful, the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy quinceañera, happy anniversary, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. Okay, you know I'm the Oprah of the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a dang blasted smooch. Okay, all right. I just got in from my medical situation, so I want to go ahead and get my live in for today. Shout out to JB for giving me a good way how to do this thing. Even though I know at this point he's asleep. He sleeps in the morning and be up at night. Okay, so shout out to my little brother JB and all of my butterflies in the butterfly queendom. I love you guys. Don't ever think different. Don't forget to holler at your girl if you need me to do something for you, or if you need me to do a different live for you. I don't mind. My platform is your platform. Okay. So that's just how we're doing that. Okay. All right. Let's get into something that is very important, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on this channel. This helps me to keep going through the rhythms. I always say aneurysms, and I know that's not what I'm trying to say. Okay. So, anywho. Now, this is a case that is touching my spine a little bit. Some of you all know that I lost one of my daughters who was a lesbian. Okay. So I got another daughter that's my baby girl who looks just like the daughter I lost. I mean, twins, and they are years apart, different daddies. I don't even understand how that happened, but everybody who see my baby girl like, man, you look just like your sister. She's like, I know. So they had their own special bond because she looked just like her. So anyway, like I said, my daughter, my baby girl, she's gay, and I support her in all she does. Okay. So my thing was, when I heard about this, I was waiting for the United States to care a little bit. Okay. And so let me bring it up what I'm talking about. Okay. Let me get here and bring it up so you all would know. I haven't heard T.S. Madison do a report on this yet. Hopefully she will. Usually, sometime I drop down over and I talk about some stuff, and what's his name? He highlights it and everything. So hopefully she'll be doing a follow up on this and everything. Let's go right here. Then that's a video at the bottom of it that I will go ahead and play as well from her mom. Here we go. Right here. Let me see if I can go ahead. What is playing right here? Let me see if I can go ahead and play it. Hold on.
Well, you want banana too?
Hold on. Hold on. I want y'all to hear it first before we talk about it. So let's go here. Okay. Let's go all the way back. Okay. Hope you all had a good day. I'm sipping on some coffee. Here we go.
Now, since a Chicago woman went missing in the Bahamas, 42-year-old Taylor Casey went missing during a month-long yoga retreat near Paradise Island. She's been a fixture in Chicago's transgender community and a youth advocate for decades. Casey's family asked the FBI for help, saying they weren't satisfied with how the investigation was being handled. In September, the FBI told us the Bahamian authorities were leading the investigation. We reached out to the yoga retreat in the Bahamas about any updates. A spokesperson says there is no news.
Yeah, hey, Auntie. Don't tell me y'all gonna do some commercials.
I'm a lot happier.
I feel better than I did in my 20s.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
Drive Time makes it easy to buy a car.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about the commercial, but this is on the news channel, so you know how they do.
Do a down payment?
Yeah, and we have thousands of cars under 15 grand.
Low monthly payment option. I'm making my own deal on all these cars.
Welcome to Car Buying Made Easy. This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
What's the secret?
Oh my gosh.
Going micro with Noom.
Not anymore.
Micro habits, micro wins, even microdose GLP-1s. Now starting at just $99.
Micro? I could do micro.
With Noom, we all can.
And it's designed to minimize side effects and give me real weight loss? Yes, please.
I'm doing it. I'm going micro.
Heck yeah.
Now starting at just $99. Get started at Noom.com.
Who cares? Come on, man. For real. And it still said we'll be right back. Come on, Chicago. Okay, is that all y'all gonna show on this? Hold on, let me pull up the other one. Hold on, let me pull up the other one, y'all, because we need to hear what her mother them had to say about this. This is important, y'all. Whether you believe in, same sex or not, this is a human being situation, okay? I think sometimes we forget that people are human, okay? We forget that they're human. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. Let me see. I think it was that one I did. So let me see this. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me share it with you guys again. And then we're going to go on to the next one. I'm waiting on these people to come and fix my car. Put my window back in my car. I gave you all an update like I told you I was on it yesterday. So he came to fix it yesterday. They brung him the wrong port. The port was off by two numbers. Like, say your window is JKA12. Okay. They brung him JKA15, 1-4. Go all the way to Cincinnati to have it shipped all the way here. And so sometime today they will be here to put my he taped my window up really well and everything. He vacuumed all the glass and stuff out of it. I mean, he did me luscious. I was like, he was a really nice guy. Oh, would you come on? Okay. This is a picture of her right here. I wanted y'all to hear what her mama had to say. I really did. And it's just taking so long to pull up. I swear I hate. What was the sense of 5G, y'all? Can you tell me? Because it still sucks. The internet still suck. It's still slow. So what was the sense of 5G? I always ask that question, okay? Anyway, let me go ahead and read this real quick. Okay, did it kick in? Okay, so my mama knew about. Okay, so my mama's he still walks around, still got his eyesight, still goes fishing, still feeds himself, all the things of the things. Okay, well, we got notification that he fell. Okay, and he's for the so you know we desire your prayers for that. He's doing good, except he just got a broken hip. So anyway, 1 year later, a Chicago woman who vanished in the Bahamas while attending a yoga retreat has still not been found. Okay. Let me go down here. What we know on June 20th, it is so ironic. It's my deceased daughter's birthday. Wow. On June 20th, 2024, Taylor Casey, then 41, was reported, missing in the Bahamas. According to her family, she was there attending a yoga retreat at the Savannah Ashram Yoga Retreat on Paradise Island in Nassau. She was last seen the day before. Now, I don't know about y'all, but a whole month in the Bahamas for yoga, no, kid. It don't even sound right, but whatever. Royal Bahamas Police Force Chief, Superintendent Chrism Skippings said that Casey's cell phone was found under 50 feet of water in the ocean, but her other belongings were still at the retreat. On June 22nd, a dog picked up a scent from a tent at the retreat site and tracked it to the water. But the trail ended there. What are they saying? Okay. We have spoken to a number of persons at the retreat, and we are going to continue. Skipping said during a press conference, noting that investigators met with members of Casey's family. They have traveled down to the Bahamas. Drones, a K9 unit, and divers were deployed in the search for Casey. Okay. Results will not come overnight, but rest assured the investigation is being vigorously pursued. A lie they told. It will not disappear out the back door. It will not disappear, said Police Commissioner Clayton Fernander of Royal Bahamas Police Force. I believe Taylor is in danger because she was eager to share her yoga retreat experience with others upon her return. Taylor's mother, Colette Samore, said in a statement, Taylor would never disappear. This is her. I hope you all can see it. Okay. Taylor is an intelligent, deeply caring, thoughtful, and joyful person. She has been practicing yoga for 15 years and went to yoga retreat as part of a long-term goal to deepen her yoga practice. The family also said she was excited to be participating in the yoga teacher training program and looking forward to sharing her experience with others when she returned. Casey was well known in Chicago's LGBTQIA community. Okay. In a press conference earlier this month, Seymour described the agony of not knowing where her daughter is. Okay. Oh, how I just yearn for the call today. I wonder where you are. Are you okay? Are you in danger? Are you sick? Are you hurt? My nights are sleepless with worry about you, Seymour says. Calls for FBI. Seymour called for the U.S. State Department to deploy the FBI. Seymour said when she arrived at the retreat with her group, the scene appeared largely unprocessed by authorities, and there were no posters or public displays revealing a missing woman. Among her daughter's belongings, still in her tent, were a Bible and a sketch pad, affirmation cards, and clothing. Seymour and Cassie's friend Emily Williams went to the Bahamas to meet with police and came away with doubts about the investigation. So this is what she looks like, y'all. Let's keep her family in prayer as well as her. If I give my 2 cents, which is worth nothing, I don't believe. Wait a minute, y'all. If y'all comment and I'll look at it in a minute. Give me one moment. I don't believe she's still with us, y'all. Different countries have different things about sexuality, okay? In Africa and over there and things like that, even though they have same-sex, relationships and stuff, they frowned upon that. And when you go to reassign what you were born with, when you go to reassign to become who you feel like you were meant to become, they really frown upon that. And I'm trying to think, I wonder if she put on her paperwork that she was transgender. That, you know what I'm saying? Because that put a target on her. Or the fact that she was from America and she was going up there for a month. That's why y'all have to be careful when y'all go to these countries. Even when you get off the cruise ships, real cruise people tell you, don't be going so far off to where, you end up on these different places and stuff, because these people don't like America. And especially now is not the time to take a cruise with the orange guy, okay? And he trying to get war with anybody he can get war with. It's not the time to really take a cruise, go out of country. All the things are the things, okay? So just be mindful, be careful where you are, okay? Just like, what's his name? Black and Yellow. They locked him up. If I'm not mistaken, I was going to find that today. They locked him up over in another country, and he's got to be in prison for, I think they said 3 years, 4 years, because he had a vape pen over there, or he had some weed over there or something. Y'all can't go to these different countries just because y'all feel like y'all a celebrity and go against these people's laws. Okay? You just can't. So I'm going to find that as well. Okay, let me finish this up. As they gather Casey's belongings at the resort, they believed a proper investigation was not done. I agree. I agree to that. Police found Casey's phone, they said, because a family member pinged it and told them where to locate it. The family said they'd give the police a chance, but from the belongings, they have had an uneasy feeling about law enforcement in the Bahamas. They are pushing for U.S. authorities to step in. Like I said, okay, I was going to do a live on what happened in Minnesota yesterday, because I think that is just disgusting. And I'm praying for that person's family. And everything, and then with the vice trying to say that nothing will be done in these people, they have full immunity and everything, that is setting up martial law, okay? And everything that happened to this woman yesterday, and I know y'all done heard about it because we're marching here in Kentucky. Like, Kentuckians is marching because of what happened to her and how she's an American and blah, blah, blah. And I hate to ask this question, y'all. But my mind, when I heard about it, first of all, I said, my God, today, Lord, please, bless her family and everything. And even the people out there that wanted the doctor that they wouldn't let touch their woman, they wanted to make sure she was okay. He probably could have rendered, aid to her until the ambulance got there, and they just didn't care. Okay. So, but my thing, y'all, I have to ask, in this climate that we're in, would it be that much outrage if it was a Black woman? I said it, and I stand 10 toes down in it. Because until we treat each other as human beings, you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Like, would it have been that much outrage if she was melanated? That's the question to ask yourself. Let's move on so I can go over here and read your comments. The suspension of chief superintendent and officer in charge of the criminal investigation department came due to a concerned voice note circulating on social media. Officials did not elaborate on the contents of the voice note, but expressed concern that it raises questions about the integrity of the police department and its investigation into Casey's disappearance. Despite the suspension, the Royal Bahamas Police Force assured the public okay, that the search for Cassie will not be affected. I found that hard to believe. Don't care what you say. I don't believe it. I don't believe nobody's looking for her. I believe they know where she's at. I believe they know what happened to her. Okay, I just do. Okay. So as the latest update, authorities were offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to her whereabouts. No new updates have been made in this case. The Chicago Police Department said there are no updates. This is sad, y'all. This is very sad. Let me get back over here. Okay. The yoga person, yep. That time I went on my trip a week before right. I know about a story before I went on my cruise. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the fact that they have not, did anything, yeah, there's no updates. They haven't did any. I just don't think people care. She's a transgender. They feel like she's a throwaway. So, plus she's Black. Come on now. Can we speak the truth and shame the devil? She's Black. She's transgender. What more you want? We don't care nothing about. If Black biologically born women don't get no shine when they go missing and stuff, we don't get no airplay, we don't get no news play, we don't get none of that. What makes you think they care about a transgender Black? See, y'all don't like the real conversations. Let's talk. Can we talk? Can we talk? Okay. If they don't care about Black women and Black kids, they ain't gonna care about a Black transgender, which is sad. Okay. It's very, very sad. I'm praying for her mom. I know how it feels to lose a child, and everything. At least I know where mine is. I'm gonna do an interview with Charlie. We're gonna talk about that sometime next week. And Charlie asked me a long time ago. Jay Dunn asked me to talk with her, and so both of them I will have this conversation with, and everything. And my next book that's coming out will have a whole chapter dedicated to her in it. It's called Me Versus Me. It's my becoming of sort. It's like the old me versus the new me. Okay. And it's taken so long for this book, because this was supposed to be my second book, because I was still in the midst of becoming. Okay. Like I'm still becoming, but I'm far off better now than what I was. And hopefully this will put some this will give somebody a new look at things and let you know you're never too old to make changes that you need to make. And sometimes you are forced into changing, that becomes necessary. Speaking of that, let me go right into my next segue. My next segue, I'm piggyback off of another content creator named Jay Wilson. He's in the beefing sector. To all my subbies that don't know nothing about him, okay? He was talking to a guy yesterday who is subscribed to my channel. And supposedly, I don't know, I came in late. I came in on the butt end of the whole thing, okay? But getting caught up on it, this particular guy that he has been talking to off and on, trying to help, falling out, all the stuff, all the things, came up and asked for help or something, and they began to talk to him. And Beans and Cornbread, shout out to Beans and Cornbread, she began to talk to him, and all of this and stuff like that. And y'all, I'm not a skeptic. I'm a realist. I'm also a prophet. Okay, let that marinate. And I'm a therapist. See how that works? And so I sit, and even though you try not to analyze a person, when you learn that and it becomes your life, like that's what you do for a living, it becomes second nature. When people talk or when things happen, that kicks in. Okay, it kicks in. And a lot of times we replace one addiction with another. And then sometimes we have one addiction and we add on another addiction. Okay. Addiction is an overwhelming desire that for whatever reason you can't kick, without help. That's how I like to break it down. It's an overwhelming desire or craving that you can't kick on your own. It's feeding something within you. Okay. So this particular guy, bless his heart, I agree with everybody that said he needs help. But it wasn't the first time that he's heard that he needed help. Wasn't the first time. Wasn't the second time. Wasn't the third time. Wasn't the fourth time. Shall I go on? And see, I'm like this. I'm gonna offer you help when I see that you need it. It's up to you whether you take me up on my help or not. What I'm not gonna do is spend a lot of time feeding that addiction. Okay. I am not going to spend a lot of time feeding that addiction, okay, at all. And my thing about that was, Auntie, hold on, because you're going to like where I'm going. You're going to like where I'm going. I would not feed that addiction. And a lot of people are addicted to attention. And that's part of this person's, it's part of this person's thing. They're actually addicted to attention. Not only is it the other addiction, but their addiction to attention now too. So every chance that this person get, it's like, and this is how I'm looking at it. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But this is how I see it. It's like every chance this person get, they say something or do something for that attention. It's a high. Okay? Because if everybody has given you, has told you, you know, I help you do this, I help you get to here, I help you get to there, and everything, and then you still don't go get no help. I don't get it. I don't get that. Okay, so to me, this person not only has the addiction of alcohol, okay, but they also have an addiction of attention, which is just as deadly and dangerous as an addiction to alcohol. Okay, it just is. So how do you do that? You starve it. If people stop allowing him to come up on their panel, if people stop making it a big deal when they see him, if people stop anything that gives it attention, if people stop that, okay, it'll die. Just like, okay, Leandria Johnson. Y'all know I talk about her. Leandria Johnson, very much a powerful singer. She's one of them that can sing Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti and make everybody go, ooh, I got goosebumps and, you know, all of this and stuff. But she's a drunk. Let's call it what it is. See, y'all want to sugarcoat stuff. I ain't got time to sugarcoat it because people need to be free. She's a drunk. Okay? And the church don't care as long as she come and sing. You know, but everybody talk about she need to be free and she need to do. But how is she when every time she turns around, y'all are feeding into her addiction? The way that you do that, you starve a person. If this girl can't make no more money singing, trust me, she gonna go to counseling. She gonna go somewhere and get cleaned up. Right now, what's the payout? What's her payout? What's his payout? Attention, addiction. Okay? It just is what it is. If you really want help, you know, if y'all want to really help these people, stop feeding into what they're craving, which is addiction. Because it don't take 15,000 years to make a step changing your life, especially when you got people in your corner that really want to see you win. When you got people in your corner that really want you to make a change for the better. It does not take years and years and years, okay? It just don't. And a lot of times people just don't like the truth. They like, oh, why are you jumping on him? Oh, he just needs some help. And oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And I'd be like, y'all, but you're not helping because you're feeding the other addiction, which is attention. If I was y'all, after that day, yesterday, hold on, y'all. I can't. You know what? Hold on. Every time I think I remember where the E is on this thing, it's a R. But anyway, so yeah, whenever a person is addicted to something, you got to be careful with the other addiction as well, okay? Because a lot of times, y'all, not only do they have the addiction that you know of, but there's an underlying one too, which is attention. Yep, which is attention. So, we just got to be careful, y'all, because a lot of times you can go down the rabbit hole, so to speak. You can go down the rabbit hole by offering your services to somebody who really don't want it. They just want the attention. Okay? And that's the truth. They really don't want it. They just want the attention. That's the feed that they get, and that's the payout. Like, what is the payout? Attention. So, when you offer your services to somebody, make sure, okay, that they really are ready to change their life. If not, unfortunately, you're going to have to let them struggle. You're going to have to let them go through the valley, the valley of what they call the valley of death. Okay, you're going to have to let them go through it, because what you'll do is end up taking on their burdens, trying to help them get straight when they don't really want to get straight. Not yet. Because let me tell you something, when somebody really want to get straight, baby, it don't take all day. It don't take all year. When they tired of being tired and being tired of being tired, they will get it together. Okay. They will reach out and grab the lifeline that somebody is giving them, and they will get it together. So I'm really talking to you guys who, you give yourself often to help other people, and they still seem like they end up doing the same thing over and over again. You got to be careful with that, because some people are not ready. Okay? Some people are not ready at all, and they will keep on and keep on and keep on, and before you know it, okay, before you know it, you wrap so much up in their life trying to help them that now your stuff is slipping. Okay? Your stuff is slipping. So you have to be careful with that. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Like, you really got to be careful when you reach out to help somebody. Yeah, because not everybody's ready. Some people's addicted to the attention. It's just the truth. Shame the devil. That's it. Some people are addicted to the attention. And that's all they want is the attention. That's it. That's all. They not nowhere near ready to change their life. Okay? Keep telling you, ask, what is the payout? What is the payout? All right. So, last but not least, okay, I didn't think so. I hate this stuff. When you save something and then you go back to pull it up and you can't pull it up because it's too much like right. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it up. Oh. Hold on, y'all. But don't buy into all of that. If a person is ready, okay. But if you see that a person is not ready to change their life, shake the dust off and keep it moving. I'm telling you, because what happens is, especially if you're codependent, and I did a live on that once before about being codependent. Okay, go look it up. If you are codependent, you very much don't need to be the one trying to advocate to help somebody. Okay, because it feeds right into your what? Addiction. Codependency is an addiction of itself. Okay, so you don't need to feed. You don't. I had to learn it the hard way, y'all. Because guess what? I was codependent. I was very much codependent. Okay, I mean, I would take on people's struggles. and everything. And yeah, then it started consuming me and my late husband, honey. He's the one had to talk, be like, babe, look, yada, yada, and yada, yada. Okay. So if you are codependent, do not try to be the one to help pull anybody out of their situation, because you will take that on, okay, as your battle. And it's not your battle at all. So let me go to here. Last but not least, what's up, Catherine Boo? Let me go here. We're going to talk about, dare I say it? Yep. We're going to close out with this. I want to know what y'all think. Okay. Let me read this real quick. Okay. Let me pull it up. And then we're going to do a recap, and then we're going to be out of here. I want to make sure y'all see this. Okay. Hold on. Do you see it? Okay. Masturbation. I don't have my glasses on, so bear with me. Okay. Here we go, right here. One more time. Okay. Masturbation. Yes, we're going there. Okay. I want to know what your thoughts are. Okay. This is her opinion, and this is how she, broke this down and everything. And there was some people in her comments that didn't agree with it, and I'm not saying you have to, but this was good read. Okay. So check this out. Masturbation has quietly become normalized among believers. Believers meaning people who believe in Christ and God and stuff like that. Okay, believers. All right. Let me start over. Masturbation has quietly become normalized among believers, often justified as a safer option than fornication. I once believed this too, she said. But life is far more spiritual than it is physical. And what feels like private pleasure can carry public consequences in the spirit. Masturbation feeds the flesh, not the spirit. It does not honor God, and it does not produce holiness. Our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and repeatedly choosing pleasure over self-control opens doors that many don't recognize until bondage, confusion, and spiritual stagnation appears. She said, struggled deeply with masturbation, pornography, and sexual immorality. And I learned the hard way that what seems harmless can become addictive and spiritually costly. Freedom came when I surrendered, sought accountability, and chose purity. Purity is not perfect, it is alignment, and it is where power lies. The oracle is not written to condemn, but to warn and invite. If you don't have to engage in it, don't start. If you're struggling, seek help now. What we feed grows, and purity is power. Okay? That was really, really well written. Okay? So, right here, she says, okay, this article is written from experience, repentance, and deliverance, not from theory or condemnation. Masturbation has become increasingly normalized among believers, often justified as a safer alternative to fornication. Many Christians now believe that pleasing oneself is acceptable, especially when unmarried. I once believed this too, she said, but life is far more spiritual than it is physical. And what feels like private pleasure can carry serious spiritual consequences. Okay? Masturbation feeds the flesh, not the spirit. It does not honor God, and it does not produce holiness. Scripture teaches us to glorify God with our bodies, which is true. Okay, y'all. Which are the temple of the Holy Spirit. Sexual pleasure was designed for covenant, not self-indulgence. When we repeatedly choose pleasure over self-control, we open doors that we often do not recognize until damages has already been done. Okay. She gives like different things to do and all of this and stuff, She talks about it, okay? And okay. This person right here said this is more spiritual than physical. If you know, you know. Okay, so they agree with her. All right. And then right here, it says this is true and most important thing that need to be dealt with among believers for spiritual growth. Because any self, I guess it's saying gratification. Yep. Any self gratification outside of the will of God is sin, and that's one. So they agree with her. May I ask what spiritual experience you had that one night? And she talks about it right here. Her name, y'all, I'm gonna go back up so you can see her name, just in case you want to Google it and look it up for yourself. Okay. Uh, it's better than sleeping around and not even reach the big O, which is orgasm. Okay. I'll stick to whatever. Thank you. Okay. So, some people just didn't, they wasn't going. The Apostle Paul said it was better to get married than to burn. And if that is the advice Christians are banking on to why you should get married, is weird. Okay, so they had a lot of conversations. It says, you literally don't know how this message has moved and changed something in me. I've been battling this for years. So somebody agreed with her. So y'all, she's a beautiful girl. And for her to come out here and say what she said, yeah, whether you believe it or not, whether you agree with it or not, this is a good read. So let me go back up so you can get her name. Her name is Shayna Lynn Hanson, okay? And the title of it is Masturbation, all right? Now, I had did a live telling people that, I forgot the name of it, but when men rather date themselves than any woman. They're not gay. They still love women, okay? But they don't want a woman. They rather just date themselves. They rather just hang around, go to work, come home, and just be by themselves. And then when it's time for sex, they masturbate. They jack off, and they find and they keep on going. They don't want no woman for their pleasure no more. They're not interested in that. There's a name for it, and this is when men rather date themselves, and that's what it's called, when a man dates himself. Okay. That part is a sin, because if you go back to Genesis, okay, it says that it was not good for man to be alone. So already, just by that right there, you're already going against why God chose a mate for Adam. Okay. And like he said, God said there was no suitable mate for Adam, because everything had a mate. The dogs had a mate, the cats had a mate, the birds had a mate, everything had a mate that was suitable for them, that they could understand each other. Okay. And even though Adam named all the animals, they wasn't suitable for him. That's another reason why bestiality is against God and what he ordained. Okay. You shouldn't be sleeping with no animals. All right. I don't care who says it's right. No, it's not. If it was right, God would have never told Adam, okay, it's not good for you to be alone, because he had all the animals. I'm going to get you a suitable mate, okay, one that was human like him, that he could understand and that he can talk to, and they could become one, and he could communicate with, okay? So don't come for me, okay? I'm going to stand on the word all day, every day. Don't come for me. So, when you think about that, nowadays, when men are they don't want responsibility. I've never thought I would see a time in the earth, a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. I never thought I would see this time, but I really never thought I would see a time to where a man would pass up having a woman lay in his arms that's all soft and cuddly, somebody he can grow with, somebody that, they can make a life with, and all of that, just to date himself. I've never thought I would see that day. Okay. And nowadays there are so many men that want to date themselves. They rather just be in the house by themselves, go to work, or if they retire, be retired by themselves. They don't care nothing about no woman kissing them. They don't care about no woman cooking for them. They don't care about sharing their life with nobody. And when they get horny, they beat their meat. Come on, let's talk. Let's talk. They beat their meat and they satisfied. That's them dating themselves. That's weird to me, but it is just weird to me because, again, I'm a widow. Okay, I'm a widow, and I'm ready to share my life with somebody else. I got too much love and stuff to give for it all to be kept within me. So I just find that weird, you know. Now, am I selective? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very much selective because I was treated as a queen and I'm not going to take nothing less. I'm just not. Now, other women feel like I'm wrong for that. And girl, you need to stop. Take some of that down. And you never. No, absolutely not. Why come I got to come off my pedestal? Why can't he come up? I don't get that. Y'all always want the woman to surrender to a no good nothing. No, I don't want a man who drinks. I don't. Okay. Now, as a celebratory, like every now and then, anniversary, somebody graduated from school, a wedding, and he have a drink, that's different. But every day, you got to have a cocktail. You got to have a cocktail. You want to, nope. Don't want a man to smoke weed. Nope. Don't want it. I'm sorry. I don't want a man that smokes. Nope. Don't want it. One, I'm allergic to smoke. See how that conflicts? I refuse to be around here on oxygen because you can't stop smoking cigarettes. And I am one that can smell a cigarette on you even if it's been an hour ago. That's how potent my allergies is. So no, I'm not willing to go through that either. Okay. So no, I don't want no man with no young kids. You can have kids. But I don't want nobody that's got to be responsible for paying child support, taking them to school, getting them on the weekends, changing a diaper, all of that. Don't want that either. I am at a point in my life, y'all. My children are grown. My baby as of tomorrow, and happy birthday to Treasure. My baby as of tomorrow will be 23 years old. What I look like? I've been responsible for a kid ever since I was like 13 years old. I was responsible for one of my little sisters. I would have to go get her from the daycare. I'm the babysitter. Bring her home, change her clothes, cook her dinner, do all the things as if I was her mama until our mama get home. Okay? No, I don't want that. Don't want that at all. I'm sorry. If it makes people mad, it's better to be pissed than pissed on. You feel me? So I refuse to change that. Now, to some women, they don't care. That's fine for you. I don't want to change no Pampers. I don't want me and this man to go on our retreat, honey. We going away for the weekend because we both retired. So we going away for the weekend, and now he can't go because the daughter's sick and the mother got to work. So now you got to go. Nah, it ain't for me. It's not for me. It's just not. And they may be a good guy, maybe, but that ain't my struggle. I don't want that. So to see that, this woman took her time. Okay, come on, Catherine. What you look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, And plus, I want somebody that understands I have a ministry, and they're not going to try to make me stop my ministry because I'll leave you before I leave God. Get into it. Okay, straight up, straight down. I'll leave you before I leave God. Don't get that twisted. Okay. So, I'm just not, I don't need nobody that's going to be jealous because there'll be men pastors that's going to speak to me or hug me, and you jealous. And I don't want to deal with nothing like that. Yeah, when I tell you my mind is set and I know that the Lord is working now, he's getting my husband ready for me, my new husband, just like he's getting me ready for him. I refuse to take down. I don't have to. I'm God's favorite daughter. Okay. I'm the daughter of a king. I refuse to take down, So yeah, we ain't doing that. And any man that loves to date himself, you ain't for me either. One thing I won't do is try to convince you that I'm the woman for you. That don't work over here. If you don't know that by now, you won't never know it. As the song said, if you don't know this by now, you would never know it. Let me see. I want a man with grown kids. That's what I said, Catherine. That's exactly what I said, honey. Grown and gone. Grown and gone. I'm serious, and I can make those demands. I ain't gotta I don't have to take what you giving. Absolutely not. Now here's the thing. I'm saying all of this and you hear me saying all this and you're interested in me and you got an 8-year-old. I'm not gonna change my mind. I don't have to. I'm grown. I don't have to change my mind. I don't want nobody with kids that they still responsible for at all. Now, if your kids is grown and sufficient, every now and then they need some gas money, if you hear every now and then, like you shouldn't be supporting their life. Come on. Did you fail as a parent? You shouldn't be supporting their life. When will you enjoy your life with the person you love? It's weird. I can't, y'all. I'm not changing my mind on that. And so, like I said, if there's a man out here that wants to keep dating himself, congratulations, baby. Continue to date yourself. Continue jacking off and masturbating. Bless your heart and all your parts. That I ain't the one for you. Okay, if you love yourself more than you do a woman, I am not the one for you. Okay, let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. So that's just how we're gonna do it. And so, like I said, that is a good read, y'all. That is a good read. So if you get a chance, please, reread this. I go pull her up so that she can so that you can read. You may agree with her, you may not. Okay. You may agree with her and you may not. But I think especially since COVID, there is a lot of people who have given up on dating. And then I don't like nobody who you get knocked down and you stay down. That you ain't even my flavor. We don't do that. You get knocked down and you stay down. Really? Really? Where they do it at? Now, if you get knocked down, I'm gonna need you to have the wherewithal, to get back up and try it again. Dust yourself up and try again. That's what I'm gonna need you to do, like Aaliyah. Dust yourself off and try again. But you was knocked down by a woman and you just can't get up. Oh my God, I'm still so hurt. After 39 years, I'm still so hurt. Oh, I just want to be by myself. Well, be by yourself then, boo. Be by yourself. I ain't the one. I ain't gonna try. Like I said, women, stop trying to convince these men that you the one for them. If they can't see your value, holler at your player. Somebody will. Because one, I'm a lovable person and I deserve to be loved. I got too much love to give, and I'm not going to give my love to a man that don't deserve me. Okay? I'm just not. So, yeah, that's how we're going to do that. So, anyway, y'all, I just, like I said, I wanted to come on and talk about that lady, Taylor Casey, the transgender woman who disappeared up in the Bahamas over a year ago. And there's been no update or anything regarding her whereabouts, or if she's alive or deceased or nothing. Keep her mom in prayer. You don't even hear, like I said, you don't hear the government talking about it. But like I said to y'all, what do y'all expect? The government don't talk about Black women that go missing. So you really expect them to bring awareness on a Black transgender? Absolutely not. They don't care if we go missing. And y'all know that's true. How many times have I did a live of one of us that has went missing, one of us melanated people that have went missing, and they don't care nothing about us. Okay? And y'all do know that organ harvesting is a real situation, right? Organ harvesting is a real situation. Because I told y'all once before, our parts can go in anybody's. Why? Because we are the mother and father of civilization. Our parts can go in anyone. But other people's parts can go in us. See how that works? Okay? Because we are the original man and woman. So therefore, our parts can go in everybody. And that's why do y'all remember when COVID first happened? When it very first happened, think about this. And they was putting out PSAs asking Black people to donate themselves to take the vaccine as an experiment. They needed to see if it worked on us, because if it worked on, what they was trying to say is, hey, during this time, we know who y'all are, okay? We know that y'all genes are strong. So if it works on you, it'll work on everybody else. Remember, they was asking people to volunteer to take the vaccine, okay, as an experiment to see if the vaccine really works. Y'all remember that? I do. And then all of a sudden, the internet got scrubbed of that. It was on the news and everything. All of a sudden, the internet got scrubbed of that. You know why? Because people still want you to believe that you are not anything. Okay, like I said, honey, I know some of y'all gonna get pissed about this, but it's better to be pissed than pissed on. Okay, it just really is. Let me see how many more. Okay, I got 6 minutes, and then I'm out of here. Like I said, again, if you all ever want me to talk about a subject that I may have missed and everything, all you have to do is email me at co. Hold on, let me put it in the chat. Uh, Hold on, y'all. All you gotta do is email me at this email address right here, Coco's Next Level at yahoo.com. That's me. That be me. That be me. Coco's Next Level at yahoo.com. That's all you gotta do. Okay. And we can talk about whatever is on your heart. We can do a live about it. I can even drop it and let you all come up and everything. So yeah. And just be careful, y'all, of the people you try to help. Okay. Be careful of those that you try to help, because I'm telling you, do you heard me? I'm telling you, not everybody that you try to help really won't help. Some people are addicted to attention. You got to learn the difference. Okay. You got to learn the difference. And if you try to help somebody and it didn't work, okay, it didn't work, it is not your fault. You tried. That's all God asked you, is to try. It's not your fault that they wasn't ready or they really didn't want it. Sometimes it's a play. Sometimes people say they won't help y'all, and they know dang well they don't. Okay? It be a play. It be a play. So you got to be careful of who you let play in your face, okay? Because I ain't got time for you to play in my face. Okay? I just don't. I'm not going to have it. I've had too many kids. And I know the place. Baby, I know the place. Okay? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. How about you? I know the place. So, we ain't doing that. Hold on. Okay, let's try this again. Give me one moment. I'm trying to show y'all something. But Teresa, just in case I don't get a chance to, hold on. Okay. Y'all, be careful when you go out. Go ahead, if you haven't tried yet, go ahead and get you a passport so you can have all the things, y'all. Like I told y'all before when I did that prophecy, I said, I don't know why, but God is telling me that everybody needs to make copies of all of their stuff and things of that nature. Okay. So yeah. And who knew that this is why? Who knew that we was gonna have to endure what the world is going through, that we was gonna have to endure that. So that's my sister Charlie. I didn't know she was on because I usually don't miss Charlie. Um, so yeah, let me see. One last thing. Let me see. Mm-mm. Hold on. Hold on. Yep, right here. And because I'm a love person, this is how we doing this. Make sure y'all can see it. Because don't get me wrong, I believe very much in love, y'all. I do. I believe very much when it comes to love. I'm on. So like I put on my post the other day that I'm not down and lust on somebody else. I mean that. Don't even try with me. Don't even try because I ain't having sex without a ring. So you need to go lust with somebody else. Lust on and lust with somebody else. That's exactly what the French I mean. Okay, that's exactly what the French I mean. For the love I in you, baby, with this time. Yes, y'all. It's for the love I in you, baby. With this ring, I'll show you that there ain't no baby. Ain't nothing like them old schools, y'all. Nothing. Nothing.